Henry VIII.
Yeah. It's an
Off
important
with
day
the red.
today. He was made Prince of Wales today in 1503.
For another English.
Oh, he made. Yeah,
No.
I should say he made himself Prince of Wales.
Yeah, well, that would be because he was jealous, wasn't he? You know,
Yeah.
he was only German or something like that.
Everybody is German, don't
Weren't they all? Yeah.
listen. It's too bright here. Yeah.
So, you biscuit, what have you been up to?
Not a great. The weather hasn't allowed a great deal, is it?
No, it's been pretty piss poor, isn't it?
Crap. I hate January and February are my most hated months.
Yeah. I had to go see the doctor yesterday. I've been Conibear. On a Saturday
Oh,
morning, you know, and 10:15 on a Saturday morning, you know, the rendezvous I had for ages, you know, and
yeah.
just to get the ordinance for my meds, you know, and stuff like that.
All right.
And oh God, but I was actually surprised how much lack of traffic. I was expecting it was going to just be like rush hour Saturday, you know, with thousands of people on the road. But good Lord, it took me 10 minutes less time to get there because there was nobody on the road. It was
Wow.
amazing, absolutely amazing.
Everything all clear?
Yeah, for a minute, yeah, everything's cool. But the best thing is that it's my psychiatrist, my shrink. And when I was in detox or rehab, as they say, in going to be trendy, is that I mentioned to him, I said, well, why don't you try, why can't we, because he used to take us to the beach, you know, and for a day, for the morning out or something like that, go for a walk and that. I said, well, if you're at the beach, you know, why couldn't you just, take people surfing? Because that's a thing in the States, is it's rehabilitation therapy. And he said, oh, no, we can do that. So anyhow, I kept on to him about it. So in the end, then, after about 3 years, I've been on to him about it. He came up to me the year before last, and he said, "Oh, have you got any contacts?" So I gave him the contacts for all the boys I know down at La Torche for the surf school and everything. And he got in touch with them, and he took a class from the clinic. He took them down to La Torche. He took them surfing.
Oh, it's good.
And that made, you know, you can see the improvement on people straight away. So he was intrigued by this then. So I got some more information for him and everything. And cut a long story short, we did a thing in the last Pro-Am, the WSL Pro-Am in La Torche last September. We did a round table and that went down really well. But now he's become the first authority in France on surf therapy, and
All right.
he's invited to Paris to give a lecture on it, and he's off to LA
On
to
what, Con?
Oh,
surf
nice.
therapy for addiction.
All
Can't,
right.
So
can't
when
you
you
go
get,
as his apprentice, Carl?
I said, well, I'm on the plane with you, right? Because if it wasn't for me, I started the ball rolling with him, you know, and now this surf therapy now is gone off the Richter scale in France. Everybody loves it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
probably just a trendy thing, and guilty again.
Well,
Sorry, what do you do with it?
Well, no, it's when you're in psychotherapy, okay?
Yeah,
And
no, I mean, do you actually go in the water or do you just sort of
you go
listen?
surfing. You go surfing.
Yeah, you go surfing. Right.
Yeah. You get a surfboard. They give you a surfboard and the surf instructors. And if you never surfed before, well, they take their time, you know, obviously, because they're used to people not having surfed. And it's amazing.
No, no, the like surfability down in Castle works very well for different thing altogether.
Yeah, but in
mm,
France they haven't got
It
that
works
yet,
well.
you know. And it's only just coming to fruition now, if you want. And I was sitting in a chair, and he was, you know, giving me a bit of praise, and in fact, And I felt so warm in my heart that I'd actually done something and I've reached out and touched people. Yeah.
Oh, there we
Yeah.
are. Doing some good.
Yeah, really, really, I was really stoked about it, you know. I was like,
Yeah, nice
oh, that's
feeling.
fantastic.
Tidy. I think the thing in Caswell though with the surfability thing. I mean, it was on the TV, wasn't it? And I've seen numerous things about it online and stuff. But I think that's primarily for people with other types of problems.
I think it's
Yeah.
physical handicaps, isn't it?
I think it's
Yeah.
mental and physical handicaps. But
Hmm.
but it's all good, isn't it? If people get encouraged and they get something from it.
Well, it's great, you know, people who've just been taking meds all their life, you know, basically getting drunk as fuck and just having no outlook on life. And all of a sudden they go surfing one day and their attitude changes, sort of thing, you know.
Mm.
And all of a sudden the drugs aren't so much of a problem or the alcohol isn't so much of
Yeah,
a problem.
yeah, yeah. Well, there was a
Don't worry about my panic. I plugged my thing into an extension and it fell off the table and the whole iPad
That
thing
sounds
went
really
over.
disgusting, that, Mike. I plugged my thing into an extension.
Yeah, well,
very technical.
sorry, Biscuit, carry on, mate.
No, there was a guy on. They were interviewing somebody with regards to. I'm not sure what it was for, but it was people with addiction problems, and he said something that I thought, sort of hit home. That he said people are always looking for the same high as the first high they ever got. And it's never going to happen.
No, never.
And I thought that made a lot of sense, really. That people, and that's why people end up progressing on to stronger stuff, don't they?
I don't know. It's degrees of addiction and degrees of how vulnerable you are to suggestion and how your
Yeah,
brain can control you, you know.
yeah,
And because with me, with my addiction, I was never onto alcohol, strong alcohol like whiskey or gin or rum or anything. It was just beer, you know.
yeah.
And that is the same with hash, you know. I never start taking heroin or anything like that. I never had the need for it,
No,
or anything, you know. But some people are naturally into getting. He has to be stronger all the time, you know, more and more,
yeah,
more and
yeah,
more.
But I know loads of people who smoke now and been smoking all their lives, and that's all they've ever done. They've never done anything else, just smoke dope.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I tell
It's
you
like
what,
every day.
have you noticed that on Facebook? I don't know if you're getting the same adverts as I am. I've never been around the internet looking to buy grass or anything like that, you know, but I'm getting adverts for legal highs.
No,
But it looks just like a real thing, you know. With the THCP or something like that. I don't know what it is.
yeah.
it depends if what they take out, doesn't it? If they take the hallucinogenics out, don't they? On a lot of them.
Mm. They got to be
So
under the THC has got to be under 3% or something like that.
yeah, so it's like smoking pretend cigarettes. Really,
Mm.
it doesn't work for most people. I don't think.
Well, I
Could be
checked
wrong.
it out, you know, because I thought it sounded a bit iffy to me, you know. So I thought, you know, and it was going, yeah, you got to check to make sure that it is legal in your place where you live in and all this. I go, yeah, yeah. So I had a look at it, and you can only pay with your bank card, and you got to give them your number and everything, all the details of your bank card. I thought, well, that's a bit iffy, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
if it was
Yeah.
paper, I mean, it sounds a bit iffy to me, like.
Mm. Like well, I still do very occasionally vape, but I tried the sort of the hemp, as they called it, but it was for medicinal purposes, for back pain. It didn't work. It
He
didn't do any good at
he
all.
didn't inhale. He didn't inhale, did
It,
he?
it just cost me 40 quid. So that's the only.
Yeah.
It's a bit pointless, to be perfectly honest. Now, when I read into it, as I said, they take most of the stuff out of it, so there's nothing much there really.
Quite honestly, I would prefer to take some oil or something like that than paracetamols or stuff like that, you know,
Yeah, well,
or anti-stress pills, you know, and stuff like that.
that's what we were talking about this the other day. When they give you stuff when you have heart problems or anything like that, or diabetes or breathing problems.
Well, I'm on
It's worse.
Yeah, I'm on pills all the time. Not all the time. I got my regular pills to take to keep me alive, basically, my heart and my legs.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Con. You don't. Nobody knows how things affect you because what you're taking with your heart could affect your legs. You know, your
Yeah.
circulation.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
you don't,
definitely, definitely.
if that's the problem, and it like is a cure worse than the cause sort of thing. It's if you take things like we've had long conversations. I've had people within golf clubs, strangely, who have to give up golf and things. They can't breathe and things like that, and that's all. They've started taking tablets, sort of thing. You know, they can't do it, and that actually makes them worse. Then, because then they put on weight, and then
I
there's a
can
lot of
believe.
problems associated with
I can believe it. I'm I'm right in the middle of that at the moment. You know,
it.
just
Yeah, and when you get older, it's hard to lose weight. I mean, you naturally
yeah.
put weight. It's
But
but
I blame it on that thing that begins with C because I was all right up until that started, and then
yeah,
all got locked in and stuff like that, and then the weight starts going on very quickly, doesn't it?
yeah. Well, there's a lot of truth. There's a lot of theories coming on about that at the moment, isn't there? About
Yeah.
heart disease and different things. So, I mean, I'm sure there's an element of truth in it because anything you put in comes out as something else, doesn't it?
Yeah,
You
I
know,
suppose.
like even paracetamols
Yeah.
bad for you. I mean, we didn't know bad things were like aspirins. We didn't think aspirins were bad for you, did we?
Well, no.
And, until we found out that they are bad.
Aspirins were the smallest steroid on it.
Yeah, but they're one of the worst things you can take, though.
Yeah, really, really
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, so we like paracetamols are slightly better.
Yeah.
What's the other painkillers? I can never remember the name.
Tramadol.
Tramadol is that's for professionals. That is
Yeah, well,
gone.
I take tramadol. I got to take tramadol for my legs. You
That's
know,
what I'm saying. It's for professionals.
that's great stuff. It's great tramadol. I love it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always smiley happy. You know, just give me tramadols. You know.
I'm
No,
surprised you're men.
I can have at the maximum two a day at the most.
Yeah,
I usually take one in the morning and it's good.
yeah, yeah. Forget about the rest of the day then.
Oh no, no, it's not that strong. You know, because
Well, I think
they're
that's
only
bad.
25 mils. You know, they're not the big
Well,
ones.
yeah, but you do tend to get used to them, don't you? Like all
I
tablets.
suppose, yeah. I suppose it's psychological now. You know, the O plus E could give me probably salt tablets now, and I'd think it would brilliant. You know.
Well, I'm on this. I'm doing this test thing for
Oh yeah.
uh, diabetes thing, and I'm sure I'm on a placebo because I think they give me salt tablets, and because my di my no, glucose levels have gone up, not much, but they've gone up. This stuff is supposed to bring them down, so
Oh yeah.
yeah. But I think, but they won't tell me. I won't know for 18 months still.
All right. Well, no,
They
until
don't,
you're dead.
well, they don't know either what you get, what you're taking. So it could be anything. But
So what is the tablet meant to do to reduce your glucose level?
yeah, it was meant for heart patients who had any sort of when you had a stent fitted, they gave it to people with diabetes. Oh no, they gave it to people to lower their blood sugar levels. But they found out that people who had heart attacks, that the blood sugar levels are going down. So now they give them to people with diabetes.
Right.
or
Oh,
people
right.
like
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm pre-diabetic. So they give them to me to see what happens really, to see if I go down lower than pre-diabetic or not. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I, to be perfectly honest, I don't even understand half the things of
Right.
what's like. Got no symptoms at all, nothing. I mean, I don't faint. I don't drink a lot of water. I don't lose weight or put on weight. So nothing. But
Pre-diabetic, is that the...
it's sort of the bit in between before you're diabetic and being not diabetic.
Yeah.
So I think it's up to the reading is about
It's like being quantum ill.
yeah. It is,
Yeah.
it just means your reading has gone up to the level that's just below a sort of level where you become a diabetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in quantum physics, all right? If
Mm.
you when you don't look at something, it's not working. So the moment you look at your diabetes, it's going to start working. So I wouldn't look at it if I was you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Well,
that's the thing. I don't con. Funny enough, the other day I bought one of these test kits. You know, where you so because what happens? They give you stuff, and they only give it to you every year. So they test you every year. So you don't know after 3 months if this is making a difference or not.
Mm.
I got one of the little fingerprint
mm,
prick test things just to see what it is, and mine's come up lower than what they said. So I don't know. It's a strange thing. I never had anything before. When I
yeah.
started taking tablets, so,
Mm.
but I'm finishing them in 2 months,
Mm.
no, 6 weeks. So that'll be it then. See what happens. So I thought I'll carry on till the end. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
just in case they want to put my photo on the box, you know, as one of the people,
Oh yeah.
the
Yeah.
guinea pig.
I took these for 6 months and I'm still well.
Yeah.
I'd recommend these.
I think I told you before. It's the one that these people, the Kardashians, are taking to lose weight. That's why they're very expensive at the moment because because they said they were taking them. Of course, all of America's taking them now to lose weight.
Mm.
So
Yeah. Yeah. But
they don't care about the side effects as long as they lose weight.
yeah, there was something on the TV that there's, I don't know what the tablet, I can't remember what it's called, that it's something that is a tablet for diabetics, but the side effect of it is, as you say, is you lose weight.
Yeah,
So all of a sudden, people that aren't diabetics, they're all clamoring for this tablet.
that's
Yeah.
right.
And
Yeah,
then to the point that the diabetics can't get hold of the tablet that they need to keep them alive.
Mm.
that's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
the world market's gone crazy because
Uh,
America's started
uh,
now. China onto it.
Yeah.
So whether it works or not is irrelevant. They're all
Yeah.
making money from it.
yeah, right. That's
But
it.
like when they have these trials for tablets, which obviously they do, I can see the point in, like, did you see that program? I didn't even know there was the experiment took place in Swansea. It was run from Morrison Hospital for Viagra.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, really?
Um, you wouldn't have seen it, Con. I can't remember now. Was it?
Something men, isn't it?
It was Keep It Up. It was the program was
Yeah,
called,
yeah.
and there's a number of blokes that have a problem getting it up, and they discovered that a tablet that was intended for, I can't remember what it was intended
I think it
for.
was related, wasn't it? If I
Yeah,
remember.
it was to make the vessels, your blood vessels, di dilate or, or expand.
Engorged.
You get more blood going through.
Yeah, but it was to counteract something that you'd feel better, but the side effect of it was that you
Keep getting these
got an erection.
pesky
And
erections all the time.
right, so I mean, so they wanted to do a trial, and they had this bunch of blokes that were in Swansea had that problem, and say there was, I don't know, a dozen of them, like 8 of them had the genuine thing, but 4 of them had a placebo, which was just as Michael says, a false tablet. Now I can see the logic in that, because maybe for some that placebo was still having the desired effect, because they thought, right, this is going to give me what I need.
Mm.
But if you're taking a tablet to raise or lower your glucose level, whatever it is, well, I can't understand why they would want to give somebody a placebo, because nothing you can do that would do what the tablet is supposed to do. Do you know what I mean?
It doesn't matter, even if it was stone cold certain that something worked, they've still got to go through this process,
All right.
no matter what. This is part of the clinical trials, they call them. So even if they know that they find a tablet that does everything, it keeps you alive for 1,000 years, they've still got to go through the process
Right.
of
The problem is the clinical trials for the 1,000-year pills is 2,000 years long.
The other thing they did they did part of Morrison, I think, at Swansea University. They worked on this gum shield that the rugby players use now. Have you seen them? So when they tackled, it sends a signal back to a central sort of thing, and it tells them if they've had a tackle hard enough, like to give them concussion. And once that goes ping, they pull them off the field to give them a test.
Well, yeah.
And that was all done up Swansea University and Morrison, I believe. And then I think they moved then to Smith Klein Glaxo or something like that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But there's quite a lot of things going on in Swansea University. It's quite sort of a Swansea University Hospital anyway. It's quite so progressive, the stuff they do.
Yeah. But Swansea was always at the forefront of a lot of stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah. You don't hear much about it until afterwards.
Yeah, right.
They're working for a client, aren't they? Because it's like, but there's millions of pounds in there.
Yeah.
All these things.
That is the thing, really, that, like people say, oh, my daughter's going to university, my son's going to university, and you say, oh, where are they going? Or they go into Exeter, or they go into Leeds, or something like that. And you tend to say then, well, what are they going to do then? Or she's going to do law, or he's going to do archaeology, or something like that. But if somebody was to ask me, what degrees or what subjects do you do in Swansea University, I wouldn't have a clue.
I know they do a lot of languages there, and they do a lot of English as well.
A lot of what, sorry?
Languages.
And what?
English language as well.
Right.
So it's English like foreign people, basically. But
I see, right.
I mean, but there's also some small mechanical. I think they do a little bit of everything, but I don't think they do law or anything like that. So you have to go away for that, or sports, but they do sports, but not much.
Exactly, the kind of Oxford, Cambridge come stuff, law, or London sort of colleges. I know Reese Swansea. My granddaughter's there, and she's heading towards a veterinary, a vet, but she's doing the grounding things of sort of a nursing thing there, which is the start, because before they let you free on animals, you've got to test on humans.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's harder to be a vet than it is to be a doctor. Huh? There's a lot of training involved. There's about 3 years more training.
Yeah. Whatever.
I suppose there's more animals than humans, sort of thing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, right. No, I know that because my ex-wife was a doctor and she wanted to be a vet, And then when she saw how long it actually was, it was 3 years. It's long to be a doctor, you know. But it was
Yeah.
another 3 years added onto that to be a vet, you know.
Yeah.
My uncle was a doctor. He had no training.
A doctor.
A docker.
Yeah.
Docker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, all
I
my
saw
family.
there was some pictures up recently. Well, they've been up a while, and there's a picture of guys round about really early 60s, maybe late 50s, standing in front of the huts, and among them are people like Dinks Nash, Dudley, Dudley Reese, and Alan Brewer. Alan Brewer lives at the top of my road here, but he was. I remember him as in the motorcycling thing. He was a biker. You know, always hear him coming along the Mumbles Road when I was doing my paper round on the way to school. But I learned later on, his regular job. He worked a crane in the docks. You know, on what's it called now? Weavers, South Dock, whatever.
No, North Dock for Weavers, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it wasn't that one. It was the one a bit further over, I think.
Oh, yeah.
That had lots of
The old marina.
Yeah.
Kings,
No.
Kings,
Kings, the Queen's Dock, and Prince of Wales.
Queens, maybe.
The
Yeah,
Queen,
that's
the Kings, and the Prince of Wales Dock, wasn't there?
that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I remember there was a post went up recently of the marina, and it showed where the boats come in to go into that main dock, and it's just alongside where the you know the steam the Cork ferry and all that used to go out to the edge of the river mouth, and they said, "Oh, where was uh, the what's it now, the customs house then?" And I said, "Oh, I think it's that building just
Yeah.
dead ahead." Because I remember one of the little things I used to like to do in my split screen. Late at night, I'd either finished a gig or something, wide awake, and I'd drive down there, park up alongside the dock, and sometimes it'd be a huge boat coming through the lock, massive, you know. And I remember at one point I had this portable record player, so it must have run on batteries, and I had a sound effects LP, and among it was ship's foghorns. So I put this record on, open up the back door of the van, lying in there, and play these. And you should see sometimes the crew high up on one of these boats, looking around, sort of, what, you know, are we supposed to be going home, you know? It was quite good fun. And that was down on the old docks there, you know. I hardly recognize it now, I suppose.
Well, they're all still there. It's just they're surrounded by houses now instead of warehouses.
Yeah, that's what I mean, to get your bearings.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But it used to be where this J Shed now, where all the restaurants and things are. You'd
Yeah.
head for that, and then you'd bear right down the long road, and then you'd eventually come to where the Balmoral used to tie up on the right hand side, you know, and then on the left hand side would be the entrance to the dock where it would go through the lock. But I don't think you can even drive that road now.
I think they're still working around there, aren't they? I thought they were. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't been down there much. I drove down there a couple of times. I must.
But there was always a big, just as you approach the ferry terminal, there was a massive car lot, you know, where the cars would be parked up. So whether they just come in and they would be parked there in like a holding bay, you know, new cars.
Yeah.
Always there.
This was a while ago, that wasn't it? Not recently.
Oh yeah, 1980s at least.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, there was a big area, wasn't there? It was like a bomb site, wasn't it? Underneath?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, as
you're
you're
right, though. It's hard to picture it how it was
without buildings there. Like you see those ones that come up of Old Swansea.
Yeah.
Where is this? And you think, oh, hang on a minute now. Like along the Mumbles Road, where there was an old train running through, and it would have been on some tracks somewhere near the museum, going across to Weavers, or something, you know.
Yeah.
You find that on Mumbles Road, though, don't you? Because now it's been the way it is for so long, you don't realise it was much narrower before. And
Yeah.
the train were like a lot of people think the trains were on the promenade, but the Mumble train wasn't on the promenade.
No,
Was
it's
it
on the road. Mumbles
On the
Road.
road. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alongside the road. It's more like the equivalent to the bit that sort of floods these days, where they sometimes lay the wildflowers along by Ashley.
Yeah. That's
You know
right.
those
Yeah.
flower beds. You know
Yeah.
that would have been where the
Yeah.
train was.
See, no,
Just
that's funny you mentioned that. All the years I've lived here, I've never seen any flooding there.
any what
Flooding
wedding? Well,
on the golf course there. And
well,
now,
yeah, maybe
like,
on the well, the last couple of days it's been the inside lane. If you're coming from town to Mumbles, it's
yeah, but
totally.
I've never seen it like that before.
Oh yeah, it
The
used
last
to
few
regularly.
years.
I know, so
I always put it down to the land, lie of the land. It would come down off the golf course and sit in that wallow there. And recently, seeing as they've just done a lot of work there years ago to cure it, I think it's still when there must be drains there, but maybe because where the drains go, there's also other water going there, and it just fills up because
Well, like we said before, there's loads of streams come down there. There was a big stream coming down there once under.
yeah, the
And
one that
they blocked
I
it
know
off.
those houses where the Bayswater Club was, that row of houses
Yeah.
between Bayswater and Halfway Garage,
yeah.
they used to have a lot of trouble with flooding many years ago. I don't ever remember seeing it, but I think years ago they used to have problems with flooding.
Mm.
I'm not sure if some of them have got basements and whether they still flood.
Yeah.
What, from rain coming down or sea coming in?
I don't think it's from sea, but
No.
I think it's probably from streams and stuff at the back, maybe
yeah,
the drain.
that's at the bottom of the big hill coming down from Durham Vowed, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there'd be a
But
lot of
the-
runoff there, wouldn't there?
Yeah,
but
there's quite a lot
like,
of there's quite a lot of streams there when you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the big outfall in Blackpill,
Klein.
but yeah, you've also got where you turn left just after Blackpill to go up through Derwentfawr. There's a few streams by there. There's a big area on the right hand side. I used to know a boy that lived there years ago. Funnily enough, we often park in Derwentfawr and walk to the pier. And I always remember because that row of houses, the old houses that were in a lane just set back off the road, is where he used to live. And I often wonder whether he's still about.
I'll tell you, there's a place that still seems to get a puddle or two. You know, if you're going along the Mumbles Road from Blackpill towards West Cross, before you hit the skate park, that field on the left
Yeah.
It comes up, Sam.
comes up, does it?
Yeah.
But it must be on its way somewhere. You know, it must be an underground.
Well, it's probably comes under the sand. But I don't know if you remember. I can remember it. There used to be a stream coming down. It started off in Sketty Park. It used to go by the side of Hazel Court. And come all the way down.
Yeah, I remember that one, yeah.
And then there was another one that came down off the common down through West Cross.
Yeah,
Probably
over by
used to live.
Mulberry Avenue.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and you come all the way down, and then when all the houses were built, that was sort of I think there was a culvert put in, wasn't there, or something?
Yeah,
And
well, I
then-
think the
Yeah,
one,
we used to go and play down there. That brook.
yeah,
And
the one that came, it sort of came out in Maitrey Avenue in West Cross. There's a gap, and it used to go down there then and cross under the road by Moorside,
Yeah.
Didn't there used to be
And
one
then
that
it
used to
comes
come out by the West Cross Inn there?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's
still,
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I think that would be the bottom of it before it comes
Yeah.
out. And
Yeah.
when there's a fair bit of water comes out of that. If you stand on the prom, just sort of Blackpool side of the West Cross.
Yeah. Yeah, because that where you go across down bottom of Mulberry Avenue, you hit the T junction of Sycamore Road, and then it becomes Moorside. Just there's a wooden plaque up on the fence, which has been, I think, put up by locals trying to keep a bit of a history, and it's called Washingbrook something, as if it's where they used to go and wash their clothes in the stream, in the brook,
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, because that goes down at the back of Cypress Avenue. Then it will go down to like the bottom of Linden Avenue, and it would weave its way down. Yeah, it would come up by the West Cross Hotel, the West Cross Inn.
I was having this discussion with the people from Knights Brown about the water that's going to go behind the sea wall, where it's going to come out once they've redone it all and sealed it all. Because strange enough, we walked down to the pier today, and as you go down the road, there's like a retaining wall, and out of that there was 3 or 4 jets spurting water out halfway up them. Where the water had come down, even though there's pipes at the bottom, but obviously they're all blocked up. And that's what happens, things get blocked up, doesn't it? And the water level rises then. So if behind the pier, if that does happen, then the land on the other side is going to get flooded, isn't it?
Where you now? You down on the prom they've been doing the work. And you say it was sprouting out?
No, that by on the road to Mumble's pier, the private road.
Oh, the little one that goes down to the pier off the main road.
Yeah, it was spurting out about 3 foot up, like water jets coming out of it. Yeah. And right underneath there's a big pipe, but nothing coming out of that. It's one of the things, but water will find its level, won't it?
It's like when it really rains and it pokes up the manhole outside the Braz in Langland, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like a hole in the wall.
There's a lot of water goes down there, though, isn't it?
Yeah, bloody hell. Yeah.
And it carves out the thing in the sand.
The waterfall feature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's always been there. That's why you got those big things in the side of the road, didn't you?
Yeah.
The culverts.
Culverts,
Yeah.
Something that it's a pity Kipper's not on there. Kipper loves culverts, and they surely don't go.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's been flooding down there.